Troy, go, go.
Late Sesh. Welcome to the Late Sesh.
Perfect.
Do.
That's
Yeah.
our new intro. Welcome to the Late Sesh.
You know what?
Brought to
We
you
need a
by Troy, Nuttree, 420, and Brondo, of
and
course.
Rondo, of course.
Yeah, I couldn't forget them.
Gotta
That's how I get up in the morning. That's how I go to sleep at night.
Get your hiking sticks. Get your fanny packs.
Get your Fergroli.
Get your hats and your flip flops, all from Brondo.
I keep forgetting to get a Fergurley hat. That reminds me, I need to get a Fergurley hat.
I know.
go with that.
We've got some Ferroli hats. We've got small/medium flex fit and large/extra large flex fit for those big dome folks like myself.
Me too.
Cheers,
I don't know
guys.
what size head I have. I have no
Yeah, I
idea.
gotta try them on when I see ya.
I'm definitely large head.
Yeah, I think last I checked, it was like 7 3/4, 5/8, one of those two. I don't know, somewhere around that area.
5/8, I think mine is, yeah.
What?
What?
That
7
doesn't
and
make
5/8.
sense.
Are you like
Seven.
measuring the circumference?
Dude, I didn't measure it. The hat said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the hat said it was like
Oh, that's
So
7.
you're
like
taking
size.
Did you like just?
I don't think
So, yeah, I was like, is that your diameter? What is
Well,
the deal there?
if you
It's the
use
circumference.
the Pythagorean theorem,
I think it's like a radius. It's either a radius or a diameter.
circumference.
Did you see-
I see what you're saying.
This is a little off topic, but we're on the right show.
Semi-diameter.
We're on the right show for it.
Or it's
Did
a
you see that they just decoded some cuneiform tablet and found thousands of years before Pythagorean was born? The
Yeah,
Pythagorean
I saw
theory.
that.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh, they gotta change the name.
You know,
What the
you know what
fuck?
else? You know what else they found? They found similar to what are those things called in England? The old stones,
Oh,
Stonehenge,
Stonehenge. Yeah, that's old
They
news.
found
man. In
that-
Michigan?
in Michigan Lake. But it's
Michigan.
older.
Michigan Lake.
Lake Michigan. Yep.
I love it. I love it.
And it's older than Stonehenge by like 3,000 years.
Yeah, but
Dude.
did you see it? Did you see
Yeah,
a
it
picture of
doesn't-
it?
Yeah,
It's
like
way
I saw.
smaller. It's way smaller.
Dude, if you listen to Graham,
I didn't see like a picture with
Yeah,
size
doesn't make
reference.
sense.
What?
There's some skeptics that have been trying to push
Oh,
the timeline back. and
let me see if I can find this
believe that-
video
I
for you
believe that our-
fools too.
our-
I have this video. Oh,
I mean,
I'm
if you
so
just look
happy.
at dude, it's so wild. I'll have conversations with objectionists, family members and things
Let's
like
get to
that.
the pyramids.
That will, they'll agree with academia, academics, which is it's fair, it's what you've been taught, what you've learned. But then I just think, I started thinking about well, if humans only lived to be like 35 for the last 10,000 years or something like that, like if modern medicine is why we live to be like 100 years old today, why do we not we're mammals like other mammals? My dog only lives to be 15 years old. He gets his maturity really, really, and like humans don't mature until they're 20. Like our brains don't even mature until we're 25 years old. So if that's a quarter of our life expectancy, I'd imagine that we didn't just gain life expectancy due to modern technologies. I think that we've always had a life expectancy we've evolved into this life expectancy over the course of tens of hundreds of thousands of years. You know what I mean? And we've probably had life expectancy of even longer, greater magnitudes, in my belief.
Isn't a big part of, and correct me if I'm
supported-
wrong,
That's actually
please.
supported by science, Red.
Well, isn't a big part of why that that average age is that number? Isn't it because of the just massive infant mortality rate?
Yeah.
No, because it was only what is it?
I don't know how far back you gotta go.
300 years, 400 years ago, and you weren't living past like 30, 45.
Yeah,
That
but
was a good
our
life.
brains don't even
We didn't
evolve.
evolve in that.
But in the past, people could have 100% lived for much longer periods of time than we
That's
even
what
do now.
I believe that humans have lived.
Oh, you mean like the previous quote unquote civilizations that may have existed?
Previous to me.
Yeah. Previous
Yeah.
to our.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Non-modern.
Well, like
history.
we know in the medieval times, you're living till like 30, 35 is a good life.
For some people,
That's
but
not that
sure.
far. For most, for the
But
majority.
that's still like near history.
Years after,
When it comes to history, that's still near history for us, like medieval times.
That's what I'm saying. We couldn't have evolved from then to now. It had to have been. I mean, it had to been related to technology.
Yeah, but like other animals, for example, reptiles or whatever, and things can live for extremely long periods of time under they've seen under like high magnetism. So if you take the magnetism of the planet, which is a measured amount that it degrades every single year. So if you go backwards in time, what does it do? It gets stronger. So with a stronger magnetic field, these biological things can persist for longer and live to a lot longer ages.
How do they know that?
Scientific experiments.
Without actually
they put things
putting
like
it in a
plants.
magnet for 100
They
years.
started out putting like plants and things that are short-lived mammals under high magnetic fields and seeing how it affected lifespan.
All right. So, anyways,
I pulled up a screen real quick here. Just
here.
speaking of
let's
medieval
pull that
times,
up.
and then something I brought up, eliminating individuals who died before adulthood completely from the dates recorded below. The mean life expectancy for women was 43.6 years with a median of 42/43. For men, it was a mean of 48.7, a median of 48/49. So that kind of just corrects one of my points earlier about just, I mean,
Now,
a lot of
if you
kids
look at the
dying.
Middle Ages, if you look at the Middle Ages and you look at just urban living in general, pathogens and disease and stuff like that is going to spread. So any areas of with uncontrolled pathogens, for the most part, like you look into what England at the one time, and with all when the plagues went through, and I'm not going to get too high for world history right now, but like if you, for example, were a tribe in the middle of nowhere, there's a good chance you're going to far exceed the life expectancy and live into these old ages of humans. The humans can, living off of the land and just having proper nutrition and being, not as densely packed and, properly managing your waste and stuff like that. Like in a city, people living in the streets, like there's no management of waste, you know what I mean? Whereas in a, more, I guess, environment where in nature, where you're able to, manage that kind of stuff, or I guess communal living style, everybody's, what would you say, responsible, instead of like just throwing the people to the wolves, the way that, when the Middle Ages is kind of, or even in the last, let's just say when the Roman Empire kind of started taking over and things started getting a little crooked with governments and turning people more into property and not so much people like prior to that, when people were more or less considered workers. And
I'm reading, speaking of Rome, I'm reading that Rome was pretty much in their 50s, and then Renaissance era was into their 60s.
Yeah.
Where are we at now?
70. Mid-Victorian era.
United States? Oh, I guess worldwide.
Mid-Victorian era was 73 and 75, respectively, and then the United States in 2021 was females was 79, males is 73.
But those are also regionally, right? When it says Victorian era, that's like world. Are they including like people of like?
Dude,
they're probably trying to get as much info as they can.
Exactly. So speaking of like the Roman era, right? It's just dating. It's like the records they have from those times of populations.
Which are it's a big city.
I'm trying to make
I looked up
Roman concrete.
I feel like all the statistics come from cities and not like tribal. You know what I mean?
Well, dude, if we want to go like biblical times, the first like three guys, Adam, Methuselah, and Noah, they were all over 900 years old, right? And then we've got Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, and Joshua over 100 years old. It's like, so like it just depends on what records you're looking at, and I don't know, you got to kind of take a median or whatever.
What about that monk that they found still breathing 300,
That was wild.
400 years old? Or
Oh, I don't know if they were that old.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
What
about
was that? A
Oh,
300-year-old?
Yeah, I liked how he just walked away from. After telling this
it
is
was
a
like a
300-year-old person.
mummified monk, but he was apparently still alive. I think it was a hoax. So I'll
Jamie,
Pull it up,
fact
Jamie.
check that for us.
No, you're
mummified
supposed to say,
monk.
"Pull it up, Jamie."
I got a video about the pyramids though. So a Buddhist academic said 200 mummified mind discovered. Maybe in very deep meditation. This is in 2015. And there's nothing about it. Let me show you this bullshit. This guy's apparently alive. But yeah,
It's mummified.
that's what that was. I don't think he's alive.
He's not looking alive to me.
Now here's to
Have a-
debunk your pyramids. Your
Vibration.
pyramids. Here's this guy from Michigan. Oh, look at that! One guy pulling vertically a pretty big stone.
That's not anywhere near the stone on the fucking pyramid.
But I think
So you
they're saying
can't
they can
you
have
can't do it
hundreds
to
of
scale
people.
and have 5 people pulling a giant one.
Let's see him do it. All these people say they fucking solved
hang
it.
on.
Let's see him fucking
He's
do
rolling,
it.
he's rolling a giant. He's rolling a giant thing that's probably 5 times his weight.
Yet
he
to be
just
built.
he just lifted it with a piece of wood. He's
Yet to
spinning
be
that
done.
on a piece of wood.
Let's see him do a
One
pyramid.
person.
Let's see him
What
do
do
a
you
fucking
mean?
pyramid. Let's see him do a pyramid is what I mean.
He doesn't have
gotta move that.
1,000
You gotta
million
move it.
slaves for 100 or 3,000 year reign.
What was the distance?
He doesn't have $1 billion. He's not Bezos. If he were Bezos, he probably actually could.
You know what else he doesn't have?
Olive oil.
Oh, magic powers to raise up the stones.
What, the sound that you're using in your voice is a magic power?
Oh, you just saw how it's easily
It's
done.
just science.
I've also seen scientific experiments of them levitating
You've
objects with
never seen
sound.
them levitate a stone that big and make a pyramid.
Welcome to the late sesh.
So they removed about 400 meters.
What?
The quarry for the pyramids was about 400 meters away.
Okay, and you have millions of slaves, and you just saw how you could make wood tracks for square things
They
that one
didn't move
person
them.
could roll
They
over.
didn't move them that far.
He did it in Michigan. He didn't do it on the sand.
In a third.
Those are trivial little specifics that they could easily
all
engineer
matter.
things to overcome.
Also, just a dad that works like as an engineer, probably for some random maybe I don't know.
He's a
Ford
Michigan
or-
contractor, so it's like a retired contractor.
Yeah, so
He's
so
just
if they
fucking
had
around his backyard to show, like,
Right.
yeah.
well, let's think
Guess
about
what?
this. If they
We
understood
learned
leverage-
engineering a long time ago. The Pythagorean theorem we're so
Let's
excited
think
about.
that, though.
And
Let's think about these
well,
technologies. If
there's a
they had the
caveat.
if they had the understanding of leverage, right? 12,000 years ago, 15,000 years ago, to do that kind of stuff, to move blocks or figure all that stuff out. What other kind of technologies do you think they had? They had to have had more technologies than just stone work. I mean, obviously, if they can have the math skills and the physics skills. I mean, I'm sure that they were into other forms of physics the same as we are today, and I'm just sure that a lot of the wording has been lost. And look at the Library of Cleopatra burned by the Romans. Tons and tons and tons of information included. There's still tons of information that's in there that hasn't even been tapped into yet. There's stuff in libraries in the world that haven't even been opened that are thousands of years old. And I think that there's tons of history and not history, so to speak, but information, technology information. Not that it's being kept, but I just think that there's just so vast,
I just think that everything he was showing there was very, very rudimentary math, physics, and geometry, and I think they could have very easily figured that out.
Scaled it.
Yes, and what Baked
When
is saying is very
free-
important, that there's
free-
thousands of slaves at their
Free
expense.
labor.
Yeah, and
Free
not
labor.
just one guy, thousands and thousands.
Millions. It was millions back then. and they reigned for 3,000 years. So they had all the time in the world. And of course, Daddy's gonna tell his son, keep the building going.
And all
We
they did was
still
some
can't fucking
pyramids?
create the fucking pyramid with what we have now. They still can't make it.
We made a
What do you
glass
mean?
one in
What
Las
do you mean?
Vegas. What are you talking about?
We just
Nowhere
built a
near the
dome
size.
bigger than the
Nowhere
pyramids
near
in
the size.
Las Vegas with 20 bajillion LEDs on it.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? They couldn't build a sphere.
Yeah.
They couldn't build spheres.
An LED wrapped sphere that is just now a Bud Light
Pyramids
ad or
in
something.
the general scheme of engineering, pyramids are pretty basic.
They had it all lit up for Monday Night Football.
Start with
no.
a square. You
Those
start with
pyramids-
rectangles, then
those
you move to
pyramids are
squares,
not-
then you move to spheres.
I think the pyramids were used for
The
far
pyramid
more
is not basic at all.
far more than what they
It's
believe.
a lot more basic than a sphere.
They weren't just tombs. Those things were.
I don't think they found any
temples.
in the big pyramid, did they?
Did you see that they found the largest prehistoric
They were
art
generators.
in one place in Spain? It's like 22,000 BC.
Like,
Is what it's dated as?
what is it?
Like cave paintings, like art,
Oh.
but it's like a huge cave of them. Like somebody,
Oh.
like some cave guy was
That's
really.
something, yeah, that's
it's,
something I can't get into,
describing.
man. I don't like being like confined and someone.
Oh, I wouldn't be in a
Yeah.
cave, yeah, but I think
What?
back then it was like safety.
One of
Yeah,
my
but have you
best
ever watched those
friends-
guys that look for these like hidden caves and stuff? Like they'll.
Oh yeah,
sometimes send
it's
the
it's
squeeze through
claustrophobic as
shit
hell.
just to get
Yeah.
through. I'm
Dude,
like,
one,
what
one
the
of my
fuck?
friends leaves tomorrow to go on a spelunking tour for a few
No,
days.
fuck that. No.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, hopefully we won't hear about them on the news having to get fucking rescued out of there.
Yeah, I don't think they're going like diamond mining or anything anywhere. It's very much a guided tour.
Oh, good. People have been there before.
Oh yeah. I don't think I'm diving in a new fresh caves anytime soon.
I mean, I'll go in a cave to like avoid, nuclear
Nuclear
fallout.
apocalypse.
Yeah, but other than that,
Right.
I'm not really that interested.
Friday the 13th.
It's Friday the 13th this Friday.
Ooh, 4 days.
4 days.
That's
Yeah.
right.
October. Halloween.
Did anybody get their Powerball tickets for tonight?
Ooh.
No, my dad was all excited about him though. Technically, I got one in my name. He goes, "I'm gonna buy you a green watch, a green watch." I was like, "I don't want a watch. Can you buy me something else? If you win $1 billion."
Yeah, I want
Is that what it's at?
It was I asked. He
billion.
only plays if it hits like $1 billion or something crazy. So he said it was like 1.4, but that was Friday or Saturday.
We need to figure out how to fund 100
Got my
acres.
one.
So maybe I should
I
play
should have gone
Powerball.
and got one.
Maybe let's play the Powerball. Cheers, Daddy.
I
Red.
saw a lot of people at the airport when I arrived back in Michigan. Michigan has the lottery things, like vending
Says
Can you
with
just do it
jackpot-
online now?
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
You can go online.
really?
And do it. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
pay with
So
your
the jackpot
card.
is 1.55 billion is what the jackpot is.
Yeah, that's
Holy
crazy.
shit, dude.
Yeah.
It's kind
If
of
you guys want to do a communal farm, there you go.
an intentional community
You buy 500 or 1,000 acres.
at least.
I was looking at some ordinances.
Shit tons of
some areas.
windmills and solar panels.
There's a township.
Yeah.
There's a township that says no marijuana should be used. It's a controlled substance. There's a township.
Red buys that township and is like, "Fuck you."
I'm looking
That's
at
what we would do.
for
That's what we do. That's what we do. Is if I win 1.5 billion, that's what I'll do. Is I'll just use it to fund campaigns so that I can whoever's running the fucking the council. I'm just gonna run against them the next.
Hold on. Well,
Yeah.
let's do this,
I'll
guys. Why
buy
don't
the
we
cheapest
move to
property.
cities and join the council.
Admit.
hold on, guys? Think about this. Most cities are public corporations in which a lot of them in which you can actually buy shares in, and there's a lot of them, and we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars for small ones. But I wonder, why don't we just do like a mini Disney World and buy our own city or township or whatever, and that way we can have our own police force and be the ones to enforce the rules.
I like that idea.
And just it'd be a massive
I think that's
green
what
thumb.
Doesn't have to
I
be
think
like
that's what those guys did. They got in trouble in
Have you ever heard of
Texas.
you
Doesn't
ever
have to
heard
be
of
like
a
five
little place
sections or
called
something.
Rainbow Farms? Yeah.
No, not
You're
Rainbow
about to-
Can you tell us
Farms.
the
I'm telling
story?
you,
Because
I'm
I don't
thinking
know the
of
story.
David whatever.
Spartan, can you tell
Waco,
us the story?
Waco.
Dude,
Waco.
okay,
Yeah,
I'm not
Waco's
talking
another-
about like
Waco's
that's
another
totally
good
different.
example.
Those
But
people
yeah.
tried to start their own community.
Okay, but I'm saying if you win 1.5 billion dollars and you have half of that because the government took the other half, and
Well,
you have
they
half
didn't have
to
that much
blow,
money. That's true.
but I'm talking. You can literally buy a town like that. You can. That's what Tesla just did in Texas. They bought it. They're buying up land to basically build their own town so they can write their own rules and I'm sure test their own cars and spaceships and who knows what else. But like this is a pretty regular thing that corporations do when they need enough space. And Disney is probably the biggest example of it. But yeah, I mean, it's literally public shares like traded on the stock market. You can you can buy that stuff up. And now I wonder if like, we're talking like
But the government
Warren,
doesn't
that's
care,
got to be
yeah.
like billions of dollars. You know what I mean? Something like of that size, or like Ann Arbor, that's got to be billions and billions of
Oh, that'd be
dollars.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But like someplace in the UP.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, go fuck off of 900 acres up there. Actually, I guess a township would probably be a lot more. The counties up there are like, isn't there only like 4 counties in the entire UP, or is it even less? I don't know.
I don't even know. I never even looked at it.
Hey Google,
Yeah,
how many
absolutely.
counties are in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan? It's gonna yell at me. 15. Yeah. Hey Google, stop. Stop. It's just gonna keep telling me about it. I don't have a choice now.
He's gonna listen to every single county, list them all out. Can I get populations too, please?
Hey Google.
Stop it.
The sad thing is he did say that with a live mic, so everyone who has the same kind of thing is probably hearing the same answer.
Yeah, I apologize, everybody out there. Sometimes I forget about that.
This is why I watch the fucking show.
Oh god, it's still yelling.
Yeah, that's the government for you. Listening in.
Just over here trying to learn about the Upper Peninsula and where we can start our intentional community / corporate township.
Well, now it's gonna start advertising stuff like, here's a little small build your own house kit.
DIY kits from Menards.
They used to have them at Sears.
I
They definitely
pretty
have them at Menards still.
My house came with a blueprint, like book. So like technically, if you could like recreate it.
My house is a Sears Roebuck house.
Yeah, see.
There you go.
It'd send you a house, and it was like three berries and $2 or something like that. It would cost them back then. It was pretty sweet.
Dude, that's another thing I'm looking at is not only marijuana laws, but how small can your house be? There's footprints that are like minimum square footage of a residential structure have to be, X amount of feet.
Yeah, it's that anti-homeless poor
Concerts,
people
1,000
shit.
square feet.
Well, you can also get a small enough square footage where you don't have to even get a permit, which is like a lot of the Amish log homes up in the UP that people use for Airbnbs and hunting cabins on their properties, and they're like literally 10 grand. They just drop them right off, and
Right, what I'm
nowadays
saying
you get hooked up to fiber.
What I'm saying is you can't live there. They can't be your primary residence.
Can't be your permanent residence.
Right.
A lot of people do it and they just don't tell them. But yeah,
You might have insurance issues.
Right.
So it burns down.
those
something.
people aren't getting insurance on a
Yeah. So
$10,000 log home that they're pretending not to live in.
I would want to keep my
Up
10,000.
there,
I mean, think about it. That's
But you
fully
gotta have insurance.
down here it's something else. I couldn't move wood into my building without my township finding out. My neighbors were all like, they're building something in there. It was fucking wild. It was wild. Like you can't do shit.
Oh man, that was the one thing I was so surprised. My neighbor was like, "You got a business in there," and the only thing you could see is maybe like us moving wood in there, or like the mini split getting installed once. But it's
Or
like,
maybe the two
break it
loads from the semi truck that backed down the road to get to your
They
house.
weren't here.
to
They
drop off
weren't
all the
here.
panels.
they weren't here when that happened. I don't think
You don't think they were there?
that neighbor. I'm talking about the blue house So like, where you
Oh.
know where the mini split is,
Yeah.
the house nearest that.
Oh, okay.
They weren't there. So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, how did it's like you fuckers catch on quick?
Have to do all if your automobile's not in service, it has to remain inside the garage.
Yeah, that's the weirdest Michigan thing. You can't have a license or like no car without a
Uninsured.
license plate in your in your property. It's like piss off. What if I'm working on it and I
'Cause
you know?
they want that $250 plus registration fee every year.
Yeah, like
The
crazy. I
insurance
was telling
companies
people,
gotta get
dude.
their boot cut
That's
I
why
back.
spent like
backed my
75
cars.
bucks in for 2 years.
Cars backed in that aren't in service. I got a couple that I need to work on, and so I haven't updated the tags on them. So I keep them backed in just because of that.
Well, eventually, people are scared of AI turn Terminator, but the AI shit's gonna suck our bank accounts. They're gonna send around cars, and they have every right to do so because of the whole like anything from public view is public, view. So they'll drive around with cars like Google cars, but they'll be government, and they'll just scan with AI. That's a million miles an hour. Scan all your car for registration, everything.
They already do that, dude. Not only are there cameras at a lot of locations that do that type of stuff, but a lot of cop cars have that.
Yeah, I suspected.
Yeah, and
I was like,
it automatically scans every driver's license plate that they drive by, and anytime there's an issue, like maybe a warrant on one, it'll pull it up, so they get alerted every time you
Yep.
drive by someone with like a warrant or I don't know, suspended license, registration tags aren't up to date, like anything like that. It'll just automatically tell them to grab you.
yeah, living into a
That's pretty
military
gnarly.
state.
Yeah, that's doing a good job fucking serving
Well,
and protecting there.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
tax collection.
you
guys,
remember?
you know?
You guys remember V for Vendetta?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They would drive around the like surveillance everything vans that did everything. Listen to that's the shit. I'm like,
I may
oh
or may
my
not have a
God.
copy of that movie laying around somewhere. It's a good movie.
Yeah, he's got the mask to watch it in.
What is it, Guy Fawkes?
Babe, get the popcorn.
Yeah, we're probably not too far off. Like a term.
What do you guys put on your popcorn? Butter.
Corn? Popcorn?
Yeah.
I guess nothing.
I don't eat it.
I really want to sample.
Could you grow some popcorn? You
Fuck
could grow
yeah, you can grow
popcorn.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just
We-
corn,
Yeah.
dude.
Dude, you
Yeah.
can pop the corn in your microwave on the cob. But I mean, cook corn on your stove is best.
How do they get it buttery?
You put butter on it.
You melt butter.
Yeah,
and
but
melt
in
it
the
on it.
bag, like it pops buttery. Is it because they have butter in the bag?
You just got to make it a little differently, man.
Yeah, the inside of the bag. Open the bag next time. You can feel it all on the inside of that bag.
You
Well, I didn't know if they put like a butter ball.
No,
They're
you,
like-
They're just shaving
turkey,
off butter in
butterball
each
turkey.
bag.
you could try
I
that.
don't know.
Imagine it'd probably just make a mess. But you could like seriously, you put it in a paper bag, put the cob in a paper bag, roll it up, and just let it pop in a bag, or just do it on the stove. Stovetop popcorn is super easy, and then you can put butter in there, and it'll actually shake. And
Well, here's the thing. Once it's dry enough to actually pop, like it comes off the cob fairly easy. Usually, I guess it depends on the breed, probably, but
I wonder what the best breed is.
there's a popping corn breed that is better.
I'm gonna
They're
Google
little,
it.
they're little tiny round kernels. They're not the big old fat sweet corn kernels that you're used to. They're more like little feed kernels.
I thought
You know
about
the
trying to pop
strains?
I guess it's Indian corn. Is that what it's called?
We
Like
did
the tricolor or whatever.
I've got some of that grown in my backyard still right now.
Nice. Actually, I think I do too. No, yeah. Actually, I remember when I was talking about that Monsanto corn.
Yes, I do.
I gotta cut those stalks and
Yeah, three years this year.
nice. There you go.
So
Look at
this,
that ruby red one.
yeah, dude. So this is loaded with beta carotene.
That looks
So this is
great.
really good for you. They make really, really awesome
My mouth just started watering, and I'm not
Red?
kidding you.
red corn flour with that one. We're letting these dry out. This one might be a Ruby Mountain gem or something like that. And then this one might be a glass gem or one of the
Yeah, they might both be
Colors,
glass gem actually.
absolutely beautiful.
Only one variety.
They're better probably for storage, and they're probably better for making things like flour and grinding down. They're not. I tried some of the kernels. They're definitely not as sweet as like a
Yeah.
sweet corn.
Yeah, they're pretty bland, dude.
Yeah, but
Even with butter and salt.
but there's a great phytonutrition in them. Like I said, the beta carotene in the red one, and then the other ones they just have a lot of good nutrients, and these, you have your macro minerals, your iron and things that you need. But then there's nutrition that like helps balance your body. It's good for you. Beta carotene is one of those ones. What the hell's good with beta carotene? It's like
Eyes.
There you go. Yeah, because it's in carrots, right? That's what makes carrots good for you. There you go. And the vitamin E in carrots, I guess, but maybe that's part of it too.
It's the carotenoids is what makes that orange color. You can just skip the fucking popcorn. Just get some chips. It's way fucking better.
No, but that's like way worser.
Whoa, check these out. This is popping corn.
But sans the butter and salt, and I wanted to bring up kettle corn because I actually kind of like kettle corn a lot.
So maybe I can put this little guy that looks like this right here.
Yeah, it's a glass gem for sure.
Well, it's gotta be Zay Mace is the
corn. Yeah, these are glass gems.
Is the like genus I found out. But that's neat.
Let them dry out, and then you can.
Is that rare seeds?
Yeah, these are rare seeds.
I grew those glass gems last year. It looked a lot like that.
I have 3 good ones.
But that ruby one, man, that one's freaking beautiful.
I'm really, really geeked. This one came out nicely. Yeah, dude, the ruby one. I want to grow more of this, and I do actually want to make like corn chips or something out of it.
Or have you thought about harvesting those for seeds?
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna be cross-pollinated, which might be kind of cool. So I might hold on to them. That way we don't.
Pollinated my room today.
I won't have to plant corn.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Just like an hour ago.
Oh, and it would be more stable to our conditions out here. Maybe I will hold on to those, just because I don't know. I'm not gonna eat them. We might give some of the pieces to the chickens. I was thinking, but like honestly, I was gonna.
My chickens. If my dogs don't get to them, my chickens destroy them.
Right, there you go.
Nice.
Ornamental corn.
That's like the exact same picture.
Glass gem.
That's crazy, yeah.
By Burpee.
That's what I got going in the backyard.
Oh, we gotta pop some of those. It might be colored popcorn.
Yeah, good old popcorn.
I think popcorn is still white on the inside.
There was you
never know.
A blue one, and it came out really black blue, and that's the one that I tossed in the microwave. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. And the popcorn had like how like if you wash some purple hash, it'll have like a tinge of purple. This kind of had like a tinge of purple in it. You know what I mean? But it was still very white and vibrant.
Yeah.
Kind of more or less like down at the butt of the kernel where it pops from. You could definitely get the bluing down there, but otherwise, yeah, it's like asparagus or something. You cook it and it fucking, well, there's probably nothing like asparagus. When you cook it, it turns green, but like it's probably coming out from the inside. Don't listen to me, people. I'm just rambling about corn at this point.
Well, I want to ask, I'm pulling up the Wikipedia because kettle corn is delicious on its own without butter, salt, or anything else.
Because there's sugar on it, isn't it?
I'm trying to figure out what the heck it is. It's a sweet variety of
popcorn that typically makes
sugar and butter, I think.
Light colored refined sugar, salt, and oil. All right.
So
sugar and
oil.
Sugar, salt, and oil.
Traditionally made in cast iron kettles, hence the name. But in modern times, okay.
So regular popcorn, you just throw butter and salt on, and then kettle corn, you up it with some sugar too.
Just no butter. It's just sugar, salt, and oil. I guess it's got oil.
Oil is the butter.
Well, you kind of need oil to make popcorn.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they're drizzling butter on top of kettle corn though. Like they would like the butter.
Get the sugar to stick then?
The oil probably.
I think that stuff at the movie theater isn't even butter. It's probably like Crisco or some shit. It's oil.
Crisco. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's just straight trans fats.
Yeah. Probably corn oil.
You're probably right. Dude.
Corn oil for
just drizzling corn oil on top of the corn. Shit, I mean, that's probably why it's so delicious. Let's be honest.
Corn.
Obviously, yeah, totally.
So, what all did you pollinate today, Baked?
Fastos.
You hit Mac.
Mac, I hit Mac hard. I hit everywhere. I was like, pop.
Gave it to Mac one good, huh?
That and Chernobyl got hit the hardest, and then RS11,
How
I
many
gave a
Chernobyls?
bunch.
Did you put 2
2.
Chernobyls in there?
Yeah,
Okay.
2 Chernobyls, 2 Fatsos, 1 government Oasis just to fill, and that's it.
So
The
you got
Mac
another
1 and the RS11. So
ship of
I
Donnie
turned
in
off all the fans. I hit them all, but like honestly, some of that fucking pollen, it was almost like it was good in the tube, and he popped the tube, and the air would rush in and condensate, and it would like clump up the pollen, and so like you could tell there was this definitely significant line where there was some powdery pollen and some other. So I just tried to use everything I could. Whatever. We'll see what happens.
and then turn all the fans on and then walk out the
And
room.
then I turned them off. I even put like I brushed the fan blade with my brush. I was like to get it clean. I was like, fuck it. I'll clean the fans when I redo this room after this But yeah, so hopefully we'll get some Chernobyl seeds and some and disco fries. Disco fries I think is gonna be
Oh,
turpy.
okay.
That'll be a turpy if it takes. Turpy. Yep. So I had to do that last so I turned all the lights on in the trichome forged flower room. I have the apogee meter, and we're getting like it's like 600-700 in most areas, and then like your real high overlap areas, it's like 800. So
Nice. That'll give them room to grow into it. We want it to be about
yeah,
1,000.
800 par or whatever.
PPF.
PPF. If that's what yeah.
All right, so you're getting 800 at the overlap, not like at the center, like under the center of the light.
Well, like, these are the scorpions, so it's really
Okay.
like
Dispersed.
4 tiny quantum boards, and like right under the quantum board part, you get good light, and then the overlap is the 2 lights, lines. That's where you get a lot. So like the very middle
So
of the
it's
room
still
is
as
gonna get awesome light,
okay.
but that's also only that's 2 clicks below full blast, and they're at the ceiling, so they're like 4 feet away. So I could definitely lower them, but I think I'll just turn them up to 100. They're fine. They're happy.
I
So
would just leave
Let
them
'em
because
grow
that's
into
what I'm
it.
grow up.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind them growing up and stuff. So, yeah, 800 ppf, around areas I'm fine with. And yeah, as they grow up, it'll get higher. So
I had to raise a light to the ceiling recently because it was one of my 8 lights that I hadn't done that yet, and it was just time because the plants are that big,
yeah,
So there's probably I don't know, there might be one more in there that's not all the way up, and that's just kind of doesn't need to be right now. But yeah, they're pretty much eventually all going to the ceiling, and it's like one side I got 4 lights on one side, 4 lights on the other. One side's floor plants, the other side's plants on 4x8 tables. And depending on the strain, how much they're going to stretch, and then B, what size they are when they go into flower. It's like that kind of depends on whether they go on the floor or on the table, and from there that just grows into the light. And I'm not bothering with changing the height of the lights unless it like actually becomes an issue, and at this point, well, I can't raise them up anymore, so if it's an issue, it's probably grower error, I guess, at that point.
I really want light lifters one day.
Yeah, see the
That'd be
one
sweet.
GML makes. They're pretty cool. We can
That
make
is, but
it.
yeah. That was the complaint too. It's like it would be nice to be able to dim my shit too from the ground.
Well,
But
yeah, we just need a light controller for that.
luckily, it's
Yeah.
only 4 lights per room. Well, no, with the HLG you need.
Well, yeah, but we'll have to
Wait.
wait.
You gotta wire it all in or something.
Well, hold on. What do you mean? Which HLGs you got?
Scorpions.
Why?
Like where would it go? There's no plug.
I know with my HLG 650Rs, I took off the cover and basically
The
set it up.
power supply cover.
Dude, I'm trying to remember. It's been years since I've done this.
Yeah,
But I know I daisy chained them into my Trollmaster controller, and all my HLG, all 8 of them are. I got 4 on one line and 4 on the other, so I can dim.
Yeah, you have
sides
to
of them.
you have to splice open the power line.
No, I didn't. I took 2 small, maybe 4 small screws out of the top of each light.
He's talking about on the driver box. He's putting it
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, the driver.
Hold on, dude. I don't even
Let's
think it was the
see,
driver.
HLG. Control master.
I'll mention that the GML LEDs, they just already have the RJ45. They already have the ports already on there. You just have to.
I think that's what I did. I
Yeah.
converted it to.
Says
Do they have a
add your
picture on top of
controller,
it?
the Trollmaster Hydro, whatever.
Should I just go out there with my phone and show you how I did it? Fuck
Yep.
it.
Probably
Be right
just
back.
you probably just wired in the port onto the driver box. I would
I'm
imagine.
gonna go grab a ladder. Give me like 5 minutes.
Alright. LED by LM4 ECS2 wire. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll have to start selling HLGs and upgrading to GMLs.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like, it's just, yeah. It's kind of weird that they overlooked that feature. Such a simple one to not have. HLG grow flux access point. Yeah, but I don't have Wi-Fi, you fools. So then you need Wi-Fi, so that's another fail.
You need Wi-Fi for.
Well, I think access points so that you could
Oh, so you could do it remotely.
control
Maybe.
it from anywhere you want, but yeah, it's just a pain in the butt. Is there a wired controller that can dim multiple lamps?
Yeah, GML's got one.
No. How's his connect though? Will we have to drill through the wall? Like we would daisy
Yeah, we'd
chain
have
all
to
the lights, and then
depending on
one,
where you have the
maybe a small
controller
sensor
at,
wire.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. We could get a long drill bit that's real skinny.
We could just do the same size as conduit and then run conduit through to if we
Yeah,
wanted
we
to, and
could.
see around it.
Yeah.
Has
By
he
then, hope the drywall will be up.
has he gotten an onboard timer system for those
He's
things?
got, on some of his lamps he does.
Oh, that's
Not all of them. One of his newest one he does is
I
one of his newer
recommend
ones, the
just
nitro
getting
or something like that. But I prefer to have a
timer.
light, a light box. I mean,
Like I have.
light.
What are they called? Hang on, I'll find out.
That's good for timer.
Because
It's
they're
called a
used for
mechanical
all
timer,
kinds of stuff. Yeah, it's yeah.
like a wired in mechanical timer.
Digital, yeah. But let's see.
But this would be a light controller, so you could do things like dim and.
Yeah, so like both of these would control everything, I feel like. Or I guess you would only need the like.
Well, GML said that his light controller, you could have it hooked to have different zones, so you could have it control veg and flower on the same controller.
Yeah, so it's multi like.
So you have to get the controller and then
Let me look at
you
GML
just
site.
plug the lights into the wall at that point, and then the controller runs the lights.
Yeah.
Corded or is it Bluetooth?
He has
Controller. He doesn't have a picture, but
the lights that I have from him all are corded
Corded.
because they all have the ports. I don't know if any of them have Bluetooth functionality yet.
Okay.
I know
it's
that
it's
the
capable.
controller will, like you'll be able to
fine.
access your controller wirelessly, but I don't know if you can access like
The
I
controller.
don't know if the
is
controller can
capable.
communicate to the lights wirelessly. I think you still have to wire them together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. So
Yeah. There's nothing out there that does wireless like that. That would be
Nanolux,
next level.
Look into Nanolux. I have all of my lights are plugged right into the wall, and all of my timer system is all set up off of my phone.
Yeah,
Each ballast has
Same thing with Science LED does the
check
same
this
thing.
out. Each ballast has a little USB card. It's called a RTU, or a DTU, a data transmitting unit, and that's plugged into the side of the ballast for the light. And then you just hang your light up, and it just it sends a signal to a little. It almost looks like a little router box you put on your wall, and that can control up to like fucking 100 lights or something like that.
And the router box is on the is plugged into another outlet.
Just a 110. Yeah, you just
Yeah,
plug
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
box into a 110.
Okay,
It's
I see.
super low voltage, but it sends a signal, and that's what it, so if I go out there and I go in range of, because it's all Bluetooth, or you can get
Yeah.
the Wi-Fi function. I could operate my lights from home if I wanted to, but that's like $110 a year if I want to do that. But it's free just to be within proximity within my building, and I can just go on my app and change the timing or change the intensity of my lights or anything. So I have 3 different lighting functions. I have an off, and then I have an 18.6, and then I have 2 different 12.12s so that I don't have all of my lights coming on at the same time. So like half the room comes on, and then a minute later the other half of the room comes on, and then those are all timed for different percentages. I can increase the intensity over the course of the day. So the lights come on at 60%, and then a half hour later they beam up to like, either 80 or 90 or 100% or whatever I'm doing at the time in life.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I had a
But
similar
it's all wireless.
Yeah, that's way better because I had a similar system with Science LED, but they had just basically a rechargeable battery in the ballast that kept the time, and then the timer was part of the app. But the problem is when that battery dies, like when it legitimately dies and doesn't hold a charge anymore, then it fucking sucks because you got to reset that fucker all the time. Yeah, because every time you lose the power, then you got to go in there and reset everything, and yeah.
All right, show us what you got.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
All right, cool. I'm sorry if I got a little crappy internet in here. And I will say, eyewear very important in here because I have stakes here holding up some plants, and I'm getting up on a ladder. And it is like one of the most dangerous things to do in the garden. You just check your eyes. So I'm up here at top of the HLGs. Let's see. I don't have the forward-facing camera, so that's what we're looking at.
So yeah, he tied into the power supply off of the driver box.
Oh, off of where the dial
You
is?
see that? The converter?
Yeah, that's where the dial is. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's just a
So it's
gator
just a
clip.
3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.5 to Ethernet adapter. Just pop that box off, take the wires out, pop them into the Ethernet connector and plug it in. And then you can see all my cables running along the wall behind me here. And that's going over. Try to safely get off this. Over to the Troll Master. So it's 79.6 degrees, 64.4% humidity right now because I just watered, and only 235 ppms of CO2 because I ran out of propane. It is what it is. But yeah, this is what we're looking at, guys.
Nice.
The entire garden here. So here's our table side, obviously.
See that? See how he's got him
Versus
staggered?
the floor side.
Oh, you have them staggered on your table?
Yeah, look at that table. He's got
So
them staggered.
different ways
Oh,
too,
yeah.
right? So I've got.
Yeah. That's way. Look, they're touching though. Look, those are touching.
can see
Well, they're a
over
lot
here.
bigger pods. Of course, they're going to be touching when they're.
Yeah, they're 10-gallon pots.
They're twice the size of ours.
Yeah, and then see like over here, these, these line skunks are like 3 in a row, but then there's like 3 in a corner over a light.
Yeah, you can't do nothing about
I wanted to show you guys.
This is all flower.
So remember that plant I was telling you guys about that I re-vegged, cloned several times, and put back in the flower?
Yeah. Oh,
Crawl under the canopy here.
What is that?
This is her.
Nice. The oldest plant in the room.
Dude, this thing is, I don't know, a year and a half old or something like that.
It's ready to flower. That's going to be some nice mature bud for sure. Look at that.
All right, I'll be back.
Good stuff for
All
Gully.
right. Yeah.
Looking good, man.
Heck yeah.
I want to find. Oh, let's go back to regular. There we go.
Forgot to ask him what strain that was.
Yeah.
I remember him saying something about coming in with some lime skunk soon. I'm guessing he's got some lime skunk in there.
I want to know what that old one was, the one that he's had for.
Oh.
I don't remember what he said that was.
What's that?
What?
10 minutes till hash time.
Oh, yep.
Hash it up.
Hash it up. What are you guys gonna hash on? We got
I'll
some.
be hashing on some triple burgers. I'll be hashing up
I got
on.
some hash coming this next weekend.
I'm so thankful. Becca shared her personal GMO dry sift with me. I'm so thankful for it.
Mm.
Dry sip sounds
Here
good.
it is.
Oh, it's so good on top of a bowl. I've been just loving it lately. It's been my thing lately.
I love it as a bowl, just dry sift.
Hmm.
Well, I usually have to put like a little bit of flour in the bottom to act like a screen, and then dry sift, and then just burn it with the hottest fucking Bic you got, and try to clear it with one hit.
It was grape fun dip from Ohm's Seeds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wow.
What was it? Black Lake Fantasy crossed with something I can never remember. Oh, Cushman's.
I like it.
Nice.
Yeah, patients loved it. The flower, you know, from the run from seed, and started harvesting it, and almost forgot to that I wanted to re-veg it, and re-vegged it, and took some clones, and yeah, all the same pot, 1 gallon or 10 gallon rather, all the same pot, and God, yeah, that's still the same plant from seed, now flowering a second time. And you could tell, you know what I mean? You can tell it's like a re-veg, or, you know, it's doing something funky compared to last time, but why not, you know?
That's cool, though, that it's still the same plant.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to get pull 2 harvests off it now.
Yeah, which is, you know, I don't know. I know you're not supposed to do. But you guys always want me to reuse my soil, so there you go. Spartan.
Hey, do what the hell you want, man, as long as you're growing. That's the best thing about growing, is you get to do what the fuck you want. You're the boss.
100%.
Well,
Terry,
you
you
want to
chilling over
build?
there?
So, 710 bell ringer said potentiometers are wired together,
Oh,
my friends.
What does that mean?
I think he's talking about the wiring potential. I don't know what a potentiometer is. Apparently,
Yeah, that's what
we're
I'm saying. What's that? I don't know. How long have your lights been working for, Goalie?
Potentiometers are like the things that can increase voltage. So you can like.
Oh, the dial he's talking about then. Yeah, that must be the
I get 'em
mechanism
I get 'em
name.
for my blowers and fans.
Probably
So
just
it's better.
increases resistance or doesn't.
I missed it. What was the question?
What does
Saying where you wired into a potentiometer, which a potentiometer we're trying to figure out what he meant, but we think it means the dial.
The
Yeah,
dimmer switch.
It's a resistance.
it's probably just up and down. Yeah.
Yeah. But, yep.
Yeah, it creates resistance.
It's still, yeah. It still seems like it'd be something that would
Impedance.
they would have had done from the. Well, no, because they wouldn't know that you'd have multiple ones, I guess. Unless you
Yeah, I
said-
mean, this. I think those also came out before like Trollmaster got huge, and like there wasn't a whole lot of really diverse controllers. You know what I mean? Like you had Gavita had its own controller, and Titan Controls had a controller that controlled things off of a timer, but it didn't dim things, so to speak. You know, and like you're doing bakes going around dimming each light or whatever, like that can be handy, the fact that you can do that because of the way I have things hardwired, I can only change 2 lines at a time, you know what I mean? So it's that left side versus the right side. Fortunately, that's good enough for me, you know, it fits my needs, but yeah, man, it's just very helpful to have all those things in one controller that you can just start tapping and changing settings, and it'll notify you on your phone if you have it hardwired, or you know. And I think Red said something while I was listening, coming back. Something about lime skunk. Yeah, 3. Let's see. 7 of those floor plants were lime skunk.
Ooh.
So basically, surrounding the grape fun dip on either side of them were 3 on one and 4 on the other, and then there was 2 garlic punch in the middle along with it. Durban poison in there, and then 2 clementine. That's all the floor plants. On the tables we have 8, 9, 10, maybe 10 more clementine, 3 cobra milk, and another Durban poison. Good price.
Durban poison, about time.
I know.
Christ.
Yeah.
I know.
What is that old there? You just growing it to make sure you still had it, or what? What was
Pretty
that?
much. She takes forever to root, man. She takes forever to
Yeah.
flower. She takes forever to root. It's hard to give up a ton of my space in my garden for it. And she doesn't like to grow vertically like a lot of my plants. She just kind of flops everywhere and takes up a lot of room, and she's very leafy and sucks to trim, and you know what I mean?
Oh
It's
my
just,
god.
yeah.
Now you just made it so I don't want to ever grow it.
Other than the fact that it's like essentially award-winning terpene levels, you know.
Yeah.
That's kind of the reason I keep her around.
Have you ever considered tissue culturing it?
I would love to, and I should probably tissue culture all my whole library. You know what I mean?
Or at least that one might rejuvenate it a little bit.
Mhm.
Since, it's probably older than most of the other ones.
Yeah,
That might help it with the structure and stuff. Who knows?
I know. I actually thought about doing that recently, but I've had some success with re-veg, just re-vegging everything, because I've heard that can rejuvenate things too. I don't know for what reason, or I'm sure. Tissue
Dude, I
culture is
feel
more-
like
more helpful.
Have you taken
did.
it outside before?
Yes. This year I took it out too early though, so it tried to start flowering on me, and I mean essentially re-vegged outside, but I wasn't gonna bring it back in.
Yeah. I was just say, if you can get it vegging really nice outside and it's vegging nice and hard and strong, and then I like to take a clone then from outside, bring it in.
Yeah, there's something else, man. When they get out under that full spectrum actual sunlight, everything gets bigger. The stems get bigger. The leaves get bigger. They start praying so hard, and I don't know.
They seem the most healthy sometimes outside.
Although my veg right now, I should have probably give you guys a glimpse of that. Everything in there is praying super hard. I've got actually, I think it was Baked reposted a story today of someone else's story. It must have been a coworker of the veg room at Mitten Canico, I think. And it's like something about managing the moms, and it's like, oh, all these beautiful veg plants, and they just progressively get bigger as the camera pans to the back, and also in the back there's these massive moms that are bigger than any of us or all of us put together.
Are unnecessarily big.
And dude, and one of them's like past the LED lights, just blowing the size of a house, and I know you guys keep them that big, but I've got it made me laugh because I've got 2 of them on a table in my bedroom that are not that big, but it's reminiscent. Especially next to all these other 1 gallon like grape fun dips and garlic punches that are all just praying for the ceiling. And
Yep, because we take like double the amount of clones we need for a run. So he always wants big plants. Problem is, we don't need that many that big. It's just hard for them to decide what to run, so everything gets big. Hash time. But Spartan's already on it.
I was hoping Dan would be back on tonight. I wanted to shout him out. I
eat the rest of my chocolate.
I know Tara's got one. We pulled him up last night. The Cherry Paloma and OG Mac. I guess it's 2 grams of Cherry Paloma and a half gram of OG Mac concentrate, all roll up into this big fat. And can you just pull that out to show everybody? I didn't pull it out and show everybody last night. I didn't know this. I mean, it's a fat bat, which is amazing, and it's rolled real well. But it's got a delicious wide mouth glass tip on it, and I mean, I couldn't believe it. As soon as I hit it, it was just delicious, super super tasty, and I was
Mm.
approximately 2 minutes late for the show because I was enjoying the rest of it. I didn't want to put it out. I was thinking about Spartan yelling at me for putting out a joint. And I was just like, I gotta finish this thing. I gotta do it some service because it was delicious. And yeah, think
Nice.
man, Danny hit the nail on the head with that one. That was very, very tasty.
Did a great job.
Martin would have said, joints are the best thing about them is they're portable. Bring it with you. What the fuck?
Hell yeah.
What?
Portable.
You heard it here, folks. Portable.
Yeah, you heard him here. Joints are portable.
Carry it with you. And don't let go. Don't let go.
Tell you what though, these
Don't.
big old fat ones, like this one from Chuck D's Nugs. I might as well just pull this one out.
Oh
I
yeah.
pull this one out. It's got the I think a half gram of the triple burger in it that I ran for baked.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and I've always enjoyed these big fat cannons, bats, whatever you want to call them, but there's just something special if you got the time to really like sit down and enjoy them or share them with somebody. Because I mean, it's a lot to smoke on your own, I'll be honest. But if you got, I don't know, end of the night type situation, or I don't know, just whenever you got some time to share it with some friends or your significant other, or you just need an hour to yourself. Maybe not that long, maybe like a half hour if we're being
Be
realistic.
a big boy and just do it yourself.
Yeah, if you're Spartan. But yeah, I'm so used to like raw cones, and even like the red setter ones. They're the king size raw cones. So it's what, like is that a full gram? Probably. Because I know the regular like 1 1/4 cones, I think we get about 3/4 of a gram in there.
Yeah, I think you get at least a gram in a king.
Yeah, and that's a nice handy size. Like very handy size. It's a really, I don't know, works well for me, I guess. But these big fat ones, man, like I gotta take a seat and just enjoy it. And it's a little bit something more special to that. I've been really appreciating it.
Me too. I definitely appreciate them very much. Goodness, this smells so good. I'm bucking this pink death bubba into the jars. Gosh, it smells good.
See you, J5. You got my reference? Hell yeah.
You showed me some of that. Yeah, was it yesterday? Was it only yesterday? Man, yeah, it was yesterday in the bag. That was it looked great.
Thank you. I appreciate
And
it.
I don't think on camera would even do it justice, but it was
No,
incredibly frosty.
So really purpley and pretty.
Yeah, nice tight nugs, purpley.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like it reminded me of like a cookie strain back in the day. They're just slightly purple, like super frosty. That looks like a pretty sizable nug right there, though.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Heck yeah.
It's so smelly. I love it.
Cheers, guys. Hash time. Over.
Cheers.
Have some on from that
Just
flower
keeping it
time.
rolling.
I ate a CBG gummy, but I'm running out of fuel.
I ate a couple gummies.
Like, it was working, and then it's like, I wish I had a soda pop. That'd be nice.
Got 'em from
Hey, you're not in Florida anymore. Just pop up here, man.
I said Papa Bites down there. I was representing. Don't worry. I was like, you don't have any pop? How do you not have any pop?
Shay gave us in there. She said she was sampling them and told me to try them out. She said they were THC, and it's 40 milligrams of CBD and 30 milligrams of CBN. So
Night.
CBN's sleepy though.
I want to go to sleep.
Oh yeah.
You guys making me want to take one of these schnozberries.
Let's say we got.
I know. I almost ate one of
Snowspurs taste like snowspurs.
those guys.
I guess just had me thinking of something. Now I'm thinking about schnozberries.
Red's showing off his hash dome.
Do some dome hash.
Hash.
Is that thing glowing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it now. Yep.
Pull air in through the bottom.
like Iron Man's core.
This is seriously my favorite way to smoke hash.
Red, who's your favorite superhero?
Batman.
Batman.
Michael Keaton.
Is that a
Oh my
superhero?
god, one of
I
the
mean,
worst ones
he doesn't
too.
have any powers.
I know, like that's the thing. Like realistically,
Doesn't
he
need
would get
powers.
He's just a
demolished.
rich guy.
Here comes the Hulk. Here comes Iron Man. Here comes
Superman.
Superman.
He's a human.
Hmm. He's a Bezos.
He's a trust fund,
billionaire.
baby.
Yeah.
I bet he could get himself some land.
I mean, he's got a cave and
Not
a bittersweet mansion.
The only reason Red picks Batman is like, I picked Batman so that I can retire all of my
And
crime
start a
fighting
homestead.
and I start my homestead and I never fight again. And it's like that's a bullshit. They're all rich.
Yes, dude.
Pick
Tony
Iron Man.
Stark.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I don't want to be flying around. There's too much.
You can fly around and plant quicker. You can shoot seeds into the earth.
Exactly.
Get in there.
They're actually doing that with drones and reseeding.
I saw that.
Dude,
Receive
DJI came out with an ag drone recently.
That's badass. That they say they're doing way better job reseeding these forests because they're it's not just one tree. They have to do like 3-4 different species and mix it up. And the drones do it way better than humans, I guess. So I thought that was cool. Well, when you can fly, you can cover a lot more ground than, us lowly humans having to walk around.
Daddy Red always wore a Superman emblem necklace.
Does he have a tattoo of it now?
No, he's got.
Not that you know of.
No, not that I know. I don't know.
They've been on lots of trips, Red. He
Oh,
might have got some tattoos you don't know about.
Big as Superman. Daddy Red's got his Masonic emblem, something like that going on. He got himself a couple, and now I'm stoned, so I can't think what they are. Sorry, Daddy Red. Maybe one's an eagle, like a Liberty Eagle or something. Another one might be a Masonic emblem. But now you're making me think that he's got a Superman tattoo.
You'd have to ask him to take his shirt off one day. He's like, "Oh, that necklace on that."
He's gonna have an argument in a couple years from now. Dad, how come you never told me you got the Superman tattoo? And he's like, "What Superman tattoo? What are you talking about?"
Full back, got a full back emblem. I never knew about it.
Sometimes parents do things like that.
I don't have any tattoos. He got tattoos before I got tattoos.
I think that's usually how it works.
Yeah, it probably would work that way since he's older, anyways.
Make me think, though, Red.
Oh my god.
Wait, I said this is good hash, man. Finger hash. Rainbow Driver finger hash.
Oh yeah.
This stuff doesn't make hash. This is the only way I can get Rainbow Driver hash is off of my trimmings while I'm trimming, off of my gloves. The good shit. Then I get the rainbow hash.
Well, I'm sorry to say I'm not the winner of the Powerball.
Oh, somebody won?
There was
I
one.
don't.
Or no, yeah, I guess you wouldn't.
I don't know if anybody won. I see the winning numbers, and I don't have any of them.
Did anybody in chat win?
The Powerball was
they're gonna let us
14, and the other numbers were 16, 34, 46, 55, 67.
Powerball 14. That's
Yeah, Powerball is 14. Yeah,
Oh.
that's-
number.
I like 14.
Fuck.
Well, that
and
I
the
got
power play was 3 times. If you
Oh.
would have wagered an extra buck, you would have got 3 times your winning.
Yeah. That's all right. I'm not used to winning anything, so.
So you could have got like $4 billion.
There was no
That only
jackpot.
works in the Powerball, I think.
There's no jackpot winner. There's 2 people that won the second prize, which is $2 million. One from Idaho, one from what's ME? Maine?
Maine.
Maine,
Yeah, no big deal. 2 million out of 1.4 bill, no big deal.
I'd be happy with 2 mil. Fuck.
I'm just saying, keep it, keep your hopes up.
Oh yeah.
Like
Buy
that
that
doesn't
ticket
take
for
away
next
from
week or
another.
whatever.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
and then 5 people matched, or they matched not 5 people, but people that matched 5 numbers, they win $1 million, and that was one from California, Kansas, Louisiana. This is like hard for me to figure out all these because it's just the abbreviation.
Dude, this is why you got to play the license plate game when you drive.
Yeah.
around.
2 from Mass. Shout out to Mass. 1 from Michigan.
Am I?
Ooh, $1 million winner from Michigan. Ohio.
OH.
2 from
There goes
Texas.
the property I was looking at. Somebody
And 1
just-
from Wisconsin.
WI.
WI.
Come on, give me another one. Give me another one.
That's all of them.
Oklahoma's okay.
What about IA? That's easy.
Idaho.
time, I guess.
Where's Iowa?
Yes, you are.
Oh.
ME.
Already did ME. That's Maine.
Did you get that on
the M's
tape?
are hard though. There's a lot of M's.
Yeah, ME, MA, MI,
Mississippi.
MO. Is there
Missouri,
MY?
Montana.
There's no MY.
Oh my.
No.
No.
Not yet.
Is MO Montana or Missouri?
Ooh, wait.
Missouri.
Missouri.
Missouri?
Never rule
Montana.
it out.
No, Montana would be N. N. Then what's Minnesota? That's MN.
Oh,
Yeah, Minnesota.
oh.
See, there's so many M's, guys. It gets confusing. What about Massachusetts? It's not
MA.
MS, even though there's 2 S's in there.
Mass is MA.
More S's in Mississippi.
What's Maryland?
No,
MD?
Mississippi's got all the S's. They get
Yeah.
they get to throw out the S.
Oh, so Maryland's full of doctors.
Maryland's MD. Yeah. I got the joke.
That's how I would for stuff like that. Those clever things like that. Those good way.
Obviously, the hard ones are like North Carolina, South Carolina, North Dakota, South Dakota.
New Mexico.
Adam.
FL. Oh,
For Florida.
TX. Never know what that one would be.
I think Texas is the only state.
Yikes.
that
It's the
starts-
only one with the X.
It's the only one with the T, isn't it?
Tennessee,
Oh,
TN.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Tennessee.
Kentucky, KY.
What?
Alabama, AL. Sorry, I can stop, guys. Just give me another topic.
Did you ever watch the Animaniacs for Growly growing up?
I thought it was,
There's a song on there that did every state. I'm sure it's called the state song.
Yeah, I remember.
I wonder, I bet Growly sang that to himself every day.
Probably. We just got a placemat for my
Then
2-year-old,
watch
and it's
Pinky
got all
and
the
the
states
Brain.
and capitals on there.
There you go. You're going to have a little traveler on your hands.
Yeah, hopefully.
Cheers, Robert.
Cheers, Robert. Robert in chat.
Cheers. Guys, trembles.
Where are you at right now, Robert? Cambodia? Who's in Cambodia or
Be anywhere, man. He's probably in Ohio.
Dude, at my
Oh,
brother's wedding, he was
oh.
playing a video of a guy in
safe
Turkey
travels?
playing DJing from a hot air balloon in Turkey.
That's probably the
Oh,
safest
yeah,
place
dude.
in Turkey. Is on the
Sunrise set? Was it a
Yeah.
sunrise set?
Yeah, I think that's what they were called or something. It's something
like-
famous. It's a big.
Was it a few years old, or was it brand new?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, dude, I might have watched that one. I might have
Or
Yeah,
is it-
I
or
think
is it
it's like
deep fake?
house music. My brother
Yeah.
likes that. So like, but it was kind of cool because it was like 4K. And it was like valleys. He was just in the middle of valleys. And it was just DJ shit, like a scratcher over here, a thing in front of him. And he's just, I guess there's speakers on the bottom of the basket. And so he's just blaring to like, who knows, village people?
Given all kinds of wildlife, just anxiety.
Yeah,
and stuff.
wildlife, yeah.
Fuck.
Some wildlife enjoys that stuff.
It's their alien abduction.
I never
story.
Yeah,
thought
they're
about
like, what the
speakers.
fuck is that?
I never thought they had speakers going out of the balloon. Actually, I just assumed that they
Oh, I always thought they did.
were.
Because there's a bunch of other ballooners.
It
So
makes
I was like, okay, he's like
sense.
casting. Yeah, I don't know.
Blasted it out.
It'd be a lot less cool if he didn't. I'll tell you that. So I'm gonna keep
I'm not
it
gonna
away in
lie,
my mind.
those are really good videos to watch. I really
Yeah.
do enjoy just chilling back and watching something and listening to some house music. Those are really cool videos.
He put that shit on though, and it was on a big screen with a sound bar, and ended up being in behind or in front, however you want to call it, of where the elderliest people sat, and they're like talking, and it's just house music, just and like. And yeah, and like it was kind of loud at one moments, and like everyone just kind of looked and realized like these people are like 95, must be like, what the fuck is going on?
So
And
they probably felt like how you felt when we went to what was it the first? Oh, it was the Hareem event where like where they had the
where I did not like the sound. Yeah,
with the I mean that was so obnoxious. That one event
I couldn't go talk to Yeti. Like it was.
Yeah, that was the
ridiculous.
pinnacle. I mean, all the way over at the other end, it was even loud. So
Yeah,
like,
and that was the
so it's
thing.
like
Yeah,
the people up
there's
by
no
it,
escape.
just-
No escape.
No, I
no
mean you're doing
escape.
permanent damage to people's fucking ears at that level.
Yeah, like
It's like what
everybody
the
has
fuck?
tinnitus or whatever they call it afterwards. But yeah,
I mean, I love music, but I mean,
well, that's why I appreciated when like Third Eye came to Jackson. They did.
We had that
music
same.
with us.
Well, we had that issue last night. Actually, Becca actually had to ask to get the music turned down ever so slightly.
Yeah,
We were getting.
it's like you don't want to have to do that. Nobody wants to have to ask. Nobody wants to be the old guy
Wow.
that
I got these
asks to
things.
turn the music down. But you're trying to talk to people. You're trying to educate people and stuff, and you
No,
can't even
I'm not-
talk to the
I'm
person
not
in
saying-
front of you.
I'm not saying everybody's got to go out and buy a pair of these, but sometimes you can't always control the sound
That's
where you're
true.
at. And I should have brought. I need to be more. I
What are
was
those electronic
not
earbuds?
electronic. It's actually just
Earplugs,
it's just a little filter. Yeah, it's an earplug and a little mechanical filter.
mechanical. Okay.
It's like it's a tube that's shaped a certain way. You know what I mean? To reduce sound noise decibels.
How much do those run?
20 decibels. They're like these ones might have been $30, 30 or
Okay.
$40 maybe
Yeah.
maybe 20 to 30 bucks.
Not
Something like
bad.
that. They range in price anywhere from 20 to 40 bucks. And I got myself and Becca a pair for concerts and shit. And I keep forgetting to bring them to these Third Eye events because they're DJ events, and I mean it's the same deal, there's DJ blasting and you got that, and you do, man. People go through hearing loss at a young age.
I don't know what a decibel meter costs, but it would like event coordinator. As an event coordinator, you should buy one.
These are good for mowing the
You
grass.
should like right before everyone gets there, check.
I bet you
turn-
there's an
turn
app
on
for that on
something
your
loud.
phone, man.
Yeah.
Wait, can you
Well, yeah,
imagine?
your phone,
I could just see Baked as the event coordinator. Go around with this.
Let's get a check. Let's get check one. Check one.
too loud next
to
Red
I say, Spartan, hold your DJing. I'm gonna go to the other end.
DJ,
I'm gonna check the decibels. We're good there. Then I'm gonna walk mid-range, and then I'm gonna walk up close. If the table's close to the DJ ring, I can't. It's too loud. It's too loud. And I gotta tell you, turn your volume down a couple clicks.
Dude, I've used these things at concerts. You can hear the music. Everything sounds good, but you know what? I've really noticed is, for anybody that might get like uncomfortable around crowds and stuff like that, what I've really noticed is suppresses the feeling that you're surrounded by people. You don't hear so much chatter around you. You can really hear just kind of like the tones of the music, and it really filters out a lot of just low end noise and high pitched frequencies. A lot of those pops and squeals that like might like really get your ears, and like the music's really hitting heavy. There's like, if you can feel it down in your ear, it's doing damage, you know, and that's some stuff, man. And I see a couple people in chat that are using them, and but like even I've been meaning to just wear them in the grow room because all the fans and shit going, blowers and stuff, those are a lot of decibels. One fan's a lot of decibels. When you get 3-4 going, not just ceiling fans but blowers, and then the air conditioner kicks on, and that's another few decibels, and it just keeps building on, and there's a lot of noise.
Yeah. Great for kids. Anything Gross says. What was that, hon? Yeah. I got. That'd be the commercial for them.
Yeah, they're really nice, man. I find that they actually like make me feel more comfortable, like just in my surroundings, wearing them around a ton of people. They're kind of nice.
Yeah, well, guess what, Red? I like to be hyper aware, so I wear cones around my ears when I'm in the cities.
Yeah, I wear amplifiers.
I don't know about the cities. If I'm in the city, I'm definitely
like Daredevil. I want a sonar ping off of walls. I want to know what's in your back pocket.
That's weird.
I've heard there's nothing in my back pocket.
Yeah, well, now I know.
Why are you concentrated on my back pocket? That's just fucking weird.
It's a hyper awareness. You need to know everything about your possible opponent.
You don't need to know everything, man.
Yep, it's important.
Maybe do a full SWOT
analysis. Ask the guy who wrote The Art of War. Sun Tzu.
Sun Tzu, yeah. Yeah, I don't think he was concerned with people's backsides very much.
Oh, really? Flanking? Yeah, there's a whole chapter on flanking.
You don't have to hit him in the rear to be a flank. You get him from the flank. Hence the word flank.
Everybody knows a clear back shot is the best in terms of strategic warfare.
Say that one more time, please. I want to hear you say that again.
I'm not going to say it again. It'll be used against me ever, but
YouTube already has the option. Be clipped.
Clip it.
Luckily, no, y'all have you can't clip it.
Okay, well, we heard we heard what Bake's about. He likes the backside shots.
I played Total War, and yeah, if I can.
Only in war.
That's what I
said. But if
it
comes to war, watch your backsides around Bake.
Yeah. So I'm going to flank you. And then you're going to be caught off guard.
Flank
is a part of flanking. Yeah, if the ultimate flank is to get right behind you. Okay. If you can get the side, that's cool. That's cool. But
okay, so do you know what they call the sides?
The flank.
Yeah, okay.
But you pass the flank to get to the rear, so you can cut them off from their reinforcements, from their supplies, from retreat.
Yeah, you should hit their supplies. You should hit their supply lines. Exactly. Shoot artillery over top of them and just smash their.
Well, now you're assuming your army has artillery. You might not have paid the points to get them.
Well, did you just say my army? Of course, it's got fucking artillery.
Well, mine would too. I always have artillery, bow, and front line. Okay. But I just gave away all my strategic.
Are you talking about Sun Tzu still, or are you talking about a video game?
It's total.
Like,
I'm talking about
in the eventuality that I had to command an army in real life. That would be my strategy. That's
the most realistic game to that is Total War, where you command battalions and take over the world.
I'm with Spartan on this only because Wikipedia says a flanking maneuver in military tactics
could be edited by anybody.
Also known as a flank attack. Is an attack on the sides of an opposing force.
Oh my goodness!
If a flanking maneuver succeeds, the opposing force.
What's an attack on the rear?
From 2 or more directions.
What's an attack on the rear?
It's an attack on the rear, man. It's an attack on the rear guard.
On the rear guard.
Or the rear.
I never heard that before.
It's called a surprise.
Well, hopefully,
a surprise. An ambush. An ambush.
Ambush.
Well,
because
from the flank as well.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
Is this
List
okay?
of military strategies and concepts. Flanking maneuver involves attacking the opponent from the side or the rear.
Oh, yeah! Yeah! Fouled me on Total
Here,
War.
I got one for you, Bake.
Oh, he
and
clicked a
Spartan.
different link. He clicked a different
Well,
what?
it's another Wikipedia page, but yeah. A direct attack through enemy lines, then an attack on the rear once through. That's called
What?
penetration.
Oh, jeez. Now we're
There's
getting rated
also
R.
You got it.
an
Yeah, if you
attack
can get
that
penetration,
penetrates.
it's always good.
Here's one that
Well,
combines the
that's
two. It
breaking
sounds
their
like.
front lines. If you can break their front lines, that's great too. But that usually costs you a lot.
That's usually where the
Yeah,
forces are concentrated. So you want to avoid that. But you could do a turning movement, which is an attack that penetrates the enemy's flank, then curls into its rear to cut it from home.
The flank and the rear. Wow.
Yeah.
I like the turning
-2
movement.
to their defense. That's yeah.
Oh, that is
I
the
highly recommend everybody play that in case you
the
need
rear
to
flanking
command a
list of
battalion.
military strategies.
My favorite is long range artillery.
Hey, I
Get
don't
some
know.
trebuchets or something.
Did
Some
you guys? I'm
mortars.
sure. Did you guys have to fill out those
Mortars.
cards for the draft? I mean,
Dude,
that's
we all did
something that-
legally.
That's what. Okay.
I think I skipped that.
Okay. Well,
Good
that's
thing if
something
you're
don't-
too
it's
old
something
now.
don't
They
forget.
abolished it or something.
It's something you
They
don't-
definitely didn't. I think they made it so women have to do it too now, right?
I don't
don't know
think
about that. I don't know. I think it was some talk about it, but
Yeah, I was just saying it's something you don't forget. So I always keep one eye on the wars in the world because
yeah, but 27 is the oldest
Oh, no.
for that. But they could also just like
But if-
Ukraine did be like, all right, if you're 18 or like 16 to 65 or whatever, you're now not allowed.
So
to
have you
leave
been
the
paying
country.
attention to the Ukraine-Russian war? Tell the Russians that they're getting drafted at 60, 70 years old right now.
Yeah,
it's Russia.
running out of conscripts or
Yeah, they're getting called up with their redeployments
wild.
or whatever they call
That's
them.
some shit. Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's crazy. World's a crazy place.
Yep.
Israel is fucking
Yeah, I was
fighting.
gonna say Israel and Palestine are
Palestine.
back in it.
I mean, it's a fight that's always been fighting, but still, that's crazy.
Seems like every generation has their war, and of course, our generation had this like 22 long year one or whatever. But I wonder what Gen Z's will be,
I
and
hope
if
there's
they'll even
less,
have one.
man. Yeah, it's like I hope we can
Yeah.
figure it out and be like, it's not worth fucking dying over. Jesus.
It doesn't seem like we have ever in the history of humankind. So I mean, I don't know what it'll take, but it would be nice. World peace is
hopefully people like not like paying attention,
I think it takes-
because honestly most people in the United States don't give a two fucks about what's going on in Ukraine. But if they saw one day of footage, be like, this could be your country. If another country decided just go fuck you, and
You're just talking about
this is your life, whether you agree with your government or don't agree with your government. This is your fucking life now.
If you could get enough
Crazy.
people content with what they have, like, aka if you could get more, not free energy, but like, everyone has energy, everyone has a roof over their head, everyone has food. I think you would have less. 'Cause
Like
you would have
Canada?
less. You would have more people with families that are just like, why do I want to go to war?
Yeah.
For you, Mr. President, or whoever the hell you are, you telling me we need to go to war.
well. I
No.
started laughing about Gen Z the other day because if there was a draft, Gen Z might be the first one to just not show up.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
That wouldn't be the first one. That wouldn't be the first one. There's other generations.
I
in the
mean
draft
to the
that people
point
were
where like,
showing up.
oh, guess what? I guess America's not getting involved
What
in
was
this
the
war
last
because
draft?
literally
Vietnam?
no one's showing up for
Yeah.
this draft, and we don't have enough
Yeah.
cops to arrest them all. Like,
Right.
I think that's just the power of like the new age of the internet and
The
things
crazy
like that, you know?
thing,
They
the
would just
crazy thing that
financially
I
hurt you then.
the crazy thing that I think in my head about these things is like people are afraid of the government doing this or doing that, which the government has done some crazy things. But it's like, what kind of mind control does the government have? Because the government is just people. That's what makes up the government.
I
It's just
know.
other people.
Well, yeah.
So
yeah,
it's like
with a
there's
couple
people that
crazy
are
ones at the
following
top.
orders or what they're. This is completely against everything I believe in. I'm just following orders. No, what do you mean? You're a human. Fuck what they say.
Yes, but the boomer generation is I think one of the
Listen.
last that were had a real
Traditionalists.
focus on authority. Like they
Yep.
needed a person of authority to tell them what to do. I think our generation is the first to really en masse challenge that. You know what I mean? And
Well, we question why.
yeah,
I don't
we
know, man. I
question
think
You
it
want me to do this
constantly.
for
I
what?
think there was a generation before us, the hippie generation.
But they didn't have but they didn't have the power of the internet, and so we like in mass we were
Right.
able to
Yeah,
do
once
that
you
at
get
a societal level.
yeah,
That's why I think the
everyone
Gen
can
Z
say
could
it.
just do
Well,
that with
that's
the
not how they
draft if they
for
really
years.
wanted to.
Yeah.
See,
knows?
everybody in chat saying war is a racket. It's a money.
Maybe the next war will be against aliens, and it'll be really like a real war that decides the fate of humanity.
It is. It's a big ass money scheme. It's ridiculous. And
Yep, Red.
tons of people die all the time. Well, you know, arms and all that. Dude, there's big money in all that stuff.
I seen Lord of War.
Big money in using that stuff.
Lord of War.
And big money keeping it perpetuating, and you know.
Nicolas Cage has an intriguing movie coming out. Looks like. I have to think of the name, but I was actually like, that doesn't look like trash.
What's that one about the same similar thing like Lord of War, but it's Jonah Hill, and he's doing the arms deal.
Oh,
with
that
the
one's
guy.
hilarious because he goes to buy weed and they rip him off. And he's like, ah, yeah. And he pulls out like a full
out a
auto
grenade
in the middle of the ghetto. Yeah. Real funny.
That is a great scene.
It's literally his character from like Wolf of Wall Street, but he wants to be an
Oh.
arms dealer, like, and gets a government contract. It's so good.
So that's the Nicolas Cage movie coming out. It's not guns, but it's this like balding middle-aged dude, and everyone in the world starts having him in their dream.
Oh my god.
So he becomes famous somehow quickly, but then it becomes dark because it's like people start having bad dreams with him in it. And then they're like, they freak out on him and stuff. And so he can't go anywhere. I was like, this looks kind of crazy. But
Yeah, it's like a Black Mirror episode.
So he can't like get some plastic surgery and change the way he looks? He can't like dye his hair or cut his hair?
He doesn't really have hair. He's like,
I mean,
balding.
Britney Spears cut her hair, but we all
couldn't put a wig on.
I don't know. It's a movie. It's a movie.
I'm just saying. I mean, there's some questions.
Maybe you should write it, Russ.
Why would I waste my time writing a movie about?
You're doing it right now.
The last one that I knew about them doing
that's
about
what you would
people
do?
was Freddy Krueger.
If you woke up and all of a sudden, like,
yeah, if I was the person in that story that you were just saying, yeah,
the first day you walk into somebody at the grocery store and they're like, "Oh my goodness, I saw you in my dream," and like a couple days later, like 3 or 4 people say it, and then all of a sudden you're on the news because your whole town's saying it, and then the whole nation, and then people are freaking out on you though in the middle of the street, and you're gonna be like, "All right, fuck this, I'm going to plastic surgery."
Yeah, or change my appearance.
I'm getting a revamp. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, that's an option.
And then
I don't know if I'd do that. I'd probably go buy a cabin in the woods or something. Just hang out in the woods.
I think I'd just
you
buy
still gotta
the
get
woods
food
and
and
build a
things. You
cabin.
know what I'm saying? You still have to go
That's
out.
true. You're right. Yeah.
You still.
Well,
have to
hopefully
have
by then
something.
Amazon has the drones.
They're testing them in certain
that's true.
areas.
I guess you have just shit that'd get expensive.
Yeah.
Plus, my my homestead / intentional community that's on multiple hectares is going to have its own Iron Curtain, so that when Amazon does throw their drones over my way, they're going to be taken out. Ain't no Bezos spying on my homestead.
Like an air defense.
Yeah, 100%. If I got 100 or $1.5 billion,
we're just always out here.
Oh yeah.
There's just always clay shooting going on.
If you have that money though, for girl, you can go to the table with Bezos and be like, "Listen, bud, stop flying your shit over my
Just
yard."
put a dome. Just dome it all, man.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm just gonna buy a town and then make the rules.
Yeah.
No
buy
Amazon
an island out in the
bots
middle
here.
of somewhere.
Actually, that would be cool. Oh, and I finally realized.
You know
the
who
other
really
day-
likes doing that? It's like the Mormons and the Church of the Latter-day Saints.
Grabbing Mexican land, and
No, they go out west. Yeah, they went out west and just build their
That's
own
where,
towns. And then
that's,
they get the sheriff, they get everybody.
the Romneys have this like giant compound in Mexico.
I remember that. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I've seen something on that.
There's like a
kinda creepy.
Netflix or I don't know, some sort of docuseries or something on it.
Yeah, it's real creepy. Yep.
Just in time for Halloween.
The only thing that sucks with that much land is once everything starts to get domesticated and they start claiming eminent domain over sections of property to put in something like a
Utility.
high-speed railway or a utility line or something.
That is when you give them in no certain amount of reasons why they shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I could have worded that real well, but I had that edible.
Yeah.
I'd stand there with your number 2 reason. Get all your people with their number 2 reasons.
Yeah. I was gonna go with a certain caliber size, but I couldn't think of one. I like number 2 better.
What's a cannonball?
300 millimeter.
Yeah. So I bought this off eBay.
I mean, technically, you can own a cannon.
They said
Technically, you can own a
Blackbeard
grenade launcher.
had it.
What about one of those giant pumpkin launchers?
Oh yeah, you can just make those. It's just compressed air and
Catapult.
some pipe.
Potato launcher?
Oh, potato spud guns are fun.
Yeah, oversized potato launcher essentially. Just gotta scale it up like we do with the pyramids, right, guys?
Get
Hey,
that
call back.
Get that gray PVC pipe that's better for pressure.
12-inch.
You can really load that sucker up.
Yeah, no, you just get some steel.
Yeah, if you're doing
Potatoes
pumpkins, you're gonna
straight
need
through
steel.
You get a steel
Could you
culvert.
imagine if we didn't invent like metal ammo and like the
get that
Civil
thing
War was people
straight.
launching potatoes through people's legs? Like it's just like, oh my leg! It was a spud gun.
Just
And then there's like carrot gatlins. And it's just carrots going straight into you. That'd be
snowball
crazy.
fights with
It's like
rocks in them.
Tails, but like World War.
You'd have to have a lot of farmers to fucking supply your lines.
Yeah, well, that was the whole fight. It was like it was a battle over land and farming, and
That's why Ireland won that war.
and the carrot farmers
Also
teamed up with the
Idaho.
potato farmers to fight the other people.
So
And
it's
that's why-
root vegetables versus regular vegetables.
Yep. Well, yeah, you guys use too much fucking nutrients.
Mashed potatoes for dinner.
You guys should be eating more potatoes. Doomp. And it just takes
Potatoes
out a
are
fucking
awesome.
battalion.
I love potatoes. I
Yeah.
love-
But they're launching the other guys have in their secret weapon
Potato.
pumpkin growers, so they're launching giant pumpkins.
Yeah, because the pumpkin's above
I can
ground.
just think of
That's
that
not a
game.
root-
Right? You
that's
can make a
not
video
a root
game.
vegetable.
Pumpkin launches, they'll do some damage.
That's what I'm
Watermelons.
saying.
Just-
You could grow like a regular sized pumpkin all the way in between to a giant pumpkin and
Or you
launch
could
that
just say
sucker.
all kinds of
Oh,
squash,
trebuchet.
because a pumpkin is a squash. That would be like the king of the squash. But then
Yeah,
all
squash
kinds
people.
of-
We've
there's all
joined
kinds
with the
of
squash people.
Big
Yeah.
game.
They're
you should-
really fucking weird, but we needed them.
the game you should play called Shotgun Farmers. Look, you should download that game and
no.
play it.
What's that about?
It's it's a first person shooter game where you shoot like your corn, into the ground, and so you can have a corn gun. It's like a sniper gun. Each vegetable has its own.
Is this like online?
Yeah, it's online.
Oh,
Look at-
so it's like a MMO FPS or something?
yeah, it's
Or
on-
a Battle
yeah.
Royale, maybe?
yeah. It's first-
Okay. What's it called?
Damn it! I would just
Shotgun farmers.
Shotgun Farmer. Yeah,
Is it on Steam? I'm gonna check
Yeah.
Steam.
it's on Steam.
Oh, Troy
Yeah.
knows.
Troy knows what's up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because this fucking Steam sucks balls.
What?
Having to use
Steam-
another fucking program to open your fucking.
Steam? What do you mean? It's the one program you use.
No,
Steam
you
is
have
where
to
you go
fucking.
to get games.
No, how about when I open my game, I just fucking.
Where'd you
open
get
my
your
game.
game?
Spartan wants a CD still.
Yeah, where'd you get your game?
How about when you get my game, I just open my game and play it, and not have to go through fucking another program.
Open it from what though? A CD?
What do you mean?
What are you? How are
Open it
you
off
opening
my
your game?
computer? Off of my
So
computer.
you downloaded it to your computer?
Yeah, why not download it from the manufacturer to my fucking computer, and then let me play the fucking
So
game?
you'd rather download
Yeah.
50 games from 50 different manufacturers rather than downloading 50 games
Yeah,
from
then you have
just one
50
library.
different launchers on your desktop instead
That's
of
my
just
point.
Steam.
Is you don't need the launcher. That's my point. You don't need any
They're,
of
they're
that.
gonna
No,
do
its
their
own
launcher
game
no
would
matter
have
what.
one. Yeah, its own game would
They're
have
gonna
one.
do their no matter what. This looks pretty good, Nut Tree.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
You say that, but there was thousands of games before these ones that didn't do that.
And this is
They all
also
have their
when
own
games are
launcher.
4 megabytes and they fit on floppy disks.
Okay, so see, they could be done it with way less
Their
technology.
launcher was
and it
physical.
Still managed to do it. Still managed to do it.
We're not playing Snake.
Nope. Nobody even has a CD player anymore in their PC.
Oh, really? Nobody?
Yeah, hold on. Do you want me to pull one up real quick?
Nobody. Okay, let me correct this. Nobody modern has a CD drive. You see, you bought one for a specific reason though.
Yeah, I know. But I also pulled up
That's an
floppy
external
disks on this
CD
show
drive.
2 weeks ago.
I'm talking about inside your PC case. PC cases aren't designed around me anymore.
Yeah, no, my PC looks just like yours. We've showed each other our glow sticks.
Yeah. Oh, I got rid of all my glow because I was like, I gotta save all the wattage I can.
You got too cool for the RGB.
Yeah, I got too old and lame, but
Did you hang those fans in your grow?
no, they're just in storage. But maybe one day I'll bust it back out, like midlife crisis. I need RGB again. But yeah, I think I just invented a pretty good game. Civil War.
Well, put it on that. Put it on Steam. Get off super popular.
Well, yeah, I gotta get some people to
Make
make
sure you
it.
get another launcher fucking design too, so you can. Maybe you should have 3 launchers.
He's gonna
Make
need
real-
about 300,000.
The hardest part with games
Maybe
these days
4.
is
You should have
if
4.
you get a good idea, the games sell out. They sell out to the big money, and then people they sell out to businessify them. They do subscriptions and season passes and bullshit like that.
Yeah, but that means you would still get the big money though.
If I won the billion, I'd start my own gaming company. I'll tell you that I put 100 million on some of the smartest motherfuckers. I'd be like, you have no rules. You have no like project like profit goals.
You know what happens when you say that to people? You get they get a game in like fucking 30 years.
Okay.
Well,
it's
that's
gonna be
every
the
game
best.
nowadays. Yeah, we're in
Have
beta.
you seen Star Citizen? It's starting to
No.
become a really crazy masterpiece. But it's been 10 years.
I've been out of the games for a while now.
No, but that's why you get the smartest of each, and you get the smartest graphics, the smartest, I don't know, coders. So it doesn't take that long.
Yeah, poach them from other companies. You just gotta.
Yeah, you pay, and money talks. Hey, motherfucker, I need this done in a year or 2.
Yeah.
You guys work together, figure out. Like, there's this guy. There's so many cool ideas that were never made for video games. Thanks to Fortnite.
$500,000 a year for the next 2 years, with another $500,000 if you hit your targets.
I think some coders and shit are way above that.
Well, probably, but I don't care.
Yeah.
You're talking $100 million. You got a lot of money to throw at this, Mr. 1.5
That's
billion.
true.
So
That's true. I would go above 100 if it needed to be. If they were showing me some shit like there's some things called the MMO Holy Grail items. So like real AI for your so like your orcs have real AI. So it's like if you keep beating them up, they're gonna leave and they won't make a village or a camp near you. But if nobody beats them up, they're gonna grow. And all of a sudden you've got an orc city next to your human city. You've got a problem. It can take out your actual city, like World of Warcraft cities. Imagine if a city could actually be destroyed.
Yeah, but imagine if you just wait 5-10 years and AI will replace all these people that you have to pay tons of money for, and you just.
I'm okay with that, but I'm also if I had $1 billion right now, I'd make it myself.
But I think AI is
And
going
then
to.
I'd say, too bad AI, I beat you to it. My
I don't
name's
think so.
Pierce.
I don't think you're gonna. I don't think you're beating AI to it. I think AI is going to beat you to it.
Well, AI might beat me to like Sword Art Online style, where like you lay down, put like a helmet on, and you just go into the world, like true
No, like
VR.
AI right now is making it so it can generate computer code. Like you're like, build me a game that does this, and it can do a lot
Yeah,
of
I
those
guess
things.
yeah, I could see.
So like what I'm saying is you could get that
I don't think it would have
really
the creative
badass. You
spark
could
that
get
you
that
get.
really badass. Yeah, but if you have the idea already, you just tell
Yeah,
the
but I
AI.
don't think like you can get it to make like a game like a masterpiece, like Final Fantasy VII or something like that. It wouldn't be able to do that. It wouldn't be able to pull it
I don't
off.
know that Final Fantasy VII was a masterpiece because it was a masterpiece, or
I
that
did
it
it.
was the first game that there really was a mainstream game where the main character died in the middle of it that you were playing up
It
until
was,
that
it
point.
was. Are you
Whoa!
kidding?
Spoiler alert!
Are you kidding?
Jeez.
Yeah, spoiler. Jesus Christ.
25 years.
Sorry,
Well, if you don't know that
everyone.
by now, if you don't know that by now, then
Sorry, everyone. Spoiler ruined it for you.
yeah, I'm sorry.
No.
Coming in 30 years
Are
late.
you kidding? The CGI cutscenes, the story, they hired
Final Fantasy
orchestras
VII.
for the music for the entire game.
They did the same thing for fucking Mario Brothers. Who cares?
It didn't sound as good, I'll tell you that.
I
That sounds like
know.
arcade,
I
not a
know.
masterpiece
Come on,
story.
Mario.
I'm
Uh,
just saying those aren't measures of it being, anything. That's
and then
just
8, and then 9,
coupon.
and then 10. Oh, and then 11. Oh, and guess what the number one MMO right now is?
I have no idea.
Star Citizen, I'm
Final
guessing.
Fantasy 14.
No, really?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
play
just
Field. I
a
play
boy
Field.
can dream about $1 billion.
Yeah, especially since he doesn't even buy a ticket to try to win it.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
you got you lucky
you know who
dreaming.
didn't buy a ticket?
Who didn't buy a
Charlie
ticket?
and the Chocolate Factory.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or are you saying just Charlie?
Just Charlie from the Chocolate Factory.
Okay.
In the chocolate
I
factory.
like where this analogy's going.
Well, I guess he did buy the chocolate.
He bought
He
the
didn't buy
chocolate
the
and the ticket
ticket.
was in it. The
Oh
golden
man,
ticket was in there.
the chocolate.
So I'm hoping tomorrow I go buy a Hershey bar and I win $1 billion.
Okay, I don't
Good
know how
luck.
that equates, but that's
Ran
I
out.
hope you do too, man. I'm rooting for you.
Speaking of having a lot of money and just being able to blow it, I think it would probably even take more than $1.5 billion to do this for any length
I
of
want to hear
time.
this.
But I used to think if I wanted one mode of transportation, it'd be like, I don't know, private jet, a helicopter, like a sweet helicopter, just something where I can just
Yeah.
F off, you know what I mean? Yeah, eject out of the situation or whatever. But if there's like most natural disasters, most Armageddon type scenarios, most zombie, whatever, I get why these stupid, filthy, rich, ultra like
know what
one
he's gonna say.
percenters are all rolling around with these mega yachts. Because
Yeah.
you can survive for quite a while on a mega yacht and just never see anybody.
Well,
for
it's like
quite a long time.
yeah, and if you you get rich now, you probably get like a small nuclear device on there that's powering
I don't know
it.
about that. I don't think they're getting very far out of port with a nuke on it, but
You don't think you're gonna get a power
nuclear
supply?
power generator.
I
So you
think
don't
I
have to
think
have
if you're rich enough, you could convince the government to do that. I think Bezos's giant thing
it
probably
definitely
has
ain't
something like that.
$1.4 billion. No, we're talking
Um,
hundreds of billions of dollars, and we're talking some pretty filthy.
We're not
actors
talking a
and-
nuclear the size of the cruise ship that's in our army or whatever, but we're talking like a small one.
Yeah, but you know how many? I mean, they can detect that with like satellite imagery now. I don't think you're just getting very far with it.
How about this? If you had $1 billion, they're talking about having a space hotel in 2027.
I think I'm good on that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely not being the first one. That's for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't be the first, but I think I might be like the
Maybe by the
10th.
time I'm like 85, I'll go up there, like buy a room.
Oh,
or
it's
something.
been up there for 10 years and no one's died?
I'm
All
thinking
right,
like
I'll go
30
out
at
there.
that point, but I'm also thinking I probably don't
What
have
do
a
you say,
whole lot longer left.
Spartan?
I don't really have a lot of interest in space.
Nope. Red, you stayed at the space hotel once for a night?
No,
I
I
don't-
get high. I get high here on Earth.
The space. So
I mean, I would maybe eventually, if it was super safe.
Yeah, see,
I'm
that's the
skydiving
safety is everybody's concern. Because
Yeah.
you don't want to be that horror story movie where it's like, yeah, I'm finally won the lotto. I'm going to the space hotel.
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
like,
it's fine.
And this is the fucking seal cracks! Blah,
there.
blah, blah. Or yeah, just any numerous amount of events. Some guy goes crazy. I've been servicing this hotel for 4 years. I haven't seen Earth in forever, and then kills everybody.
Yeah,
I
I would
Jack
be more
Nicholson,
interested.
but in space.
See, the thing with me is I would be more concerned with just like how cool would it be to be like looking out the window and seeing Earth, but at the same time, you could just get a video feed of that and not have to go there.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing too. I was on a plane recently,
I agree.
and I didn't like the not control of being able to leave the plane at whenever I wanted. Like you couldn't just get out because you're gonna fall all the way down there,
Yeah.
and you don't have a parachute. So
How many
you are
milligrams of
stuck in
edibles
here.
did you take beforehand?
I didn't take any. I think that was the problem.
Yeah, that is
And
the problem. You got to embrace the anxiety, bro.
and then so like in space it'd be like, yeah, but like if you ever had any
You're confined.
discomfort, you're stuck. You're stuck until a shuttle comes or something.
That bad back there, is it real?
Yeah.
Or
What
whatever
was
she
that?
said.
What was that? I've seen space movies where people get time warped into the wall, and they're get me out of the wall, and there's wires going through them. It's like, no, thank you. I was just watching a space movie. Have you guys ever heard of Event Horizon?
I have not.
Yeah, that's an old one, right?
1997. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh.
rewatching it. It's remastered.
Oh, is it? What?
Yeah.
Like on something, or you just little pirate action or something? Or?
No, there's nothing like that. But it's just on my computer, and it's like 4K or something. I don't know. I've never seen it though, but
Isn't it? Hold on. Maybe this is.
It's got a bunch of famous people in it.
Correct
Really
me if I'm
smart.
wrong, but isn't there a law, or isn't there essentially only a law that says you're not allowed to reproduce or distribute that kind of stuff if you're
distribute.
profiting on it?
Yeah, it's something like that. But
Because aren't you like? I don't think it's illegal to
off your
download
ISP.
it or something. I don't. Yeah, I mean, I guess the
But,
ISPs can make their own rules, but
yeah, it's just that's how it's always been too. Is as long as you're not making profit.
I think that goes for all like public broadcasting type channels, like airwaves are owned by the public.
kind of a
so
Horror
something like
movie too. I forgot. It's kind of freaky. But check it out, people. Event Horizon. Smoke some weed. Watch it.
I've seen that. That's good. That's a good movie.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it. I'm only a little bit through it. But
Oh, it's kind of freaky too.
yeah, that's why I had to go to bed. I was like, this
Yeah,
is getting a little much.
Kind of freaky. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, because it was like every space horror idea wrapped into one. It's like, oh,
That's pretty good.
because I kind of want to eventually go to space. Let's not ruin this for me.
Oh, you keep watching those types of movies, and
Yeah,
Watch
but
people's
yeah,
heads
well, maybe
explode.
maybe I'll just be like super, I don't know how to say it, like super, attuned to it because I watch all those movies. So when it happens, like I know what to do. None of this is real.
it's just
Everybody
like when you're on a
calm
real bad
down.
trip.
Yeah,
What about Interstellar? Have you seen that?
that's
Yeah.
the one with Matthew McConaughey. I recently watched
Yeah.
that like 2 or 3 weeks ago because I was like, I need to watch that one again. That's a really good one too.
Yeah, I like that one.
That one's interesting as hell. There's a bunch of ones. So like Matt Damon's in that, right? At one point, they go to the one planet and he like tries to kill them. He is.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Spoiler alert, but
Yeah.
Matt Damon is in a lot of space movies.
I was
There's a
gonna say
movie
that's
where
it.
they send him to like Mars where he
Mars. It's
lives
called
by
Mars.
himself.
Just
Yeah,
called
okay.
Mars. Yeah.
And then there's another one he's in. Like he's
He had
in a
like Space
bunch.
Cowboys too.
I saw
Yeah, and he might be in like one of those older ones.
Yeah.
I saw 3 movies in a row, like recently,
This
that he
dude's a
plays a
sci-fi.
general in each one.
Oh, I see. Yeah, he played. Oh, yeah, I forgot. There was one of the ones where he's a Roman, isn't it?
I was seeing like an American general, but like
Oh.
Monument Men, I think is one of them. I can't remember the other one I just watched, but
I watched Monument Man,
that's pretty good.
and then I watched Band of Brothers, and then I watched Saving Private Ryan.
Also, all great. Thin Red Line you should throw in there too.
I did see Band of Brothers. That's good.
You know which one that
Arson.
doesn't get a lot of credit because it's kind of a goofy guy?
Thank you, Brandon.
Owen Wilson did one, Behind Enemy Lines. That wasn't too bad.
I think I remember that one.
It's like a jet fighter that lands in like Russian territory or something. It's like, oh fuck, I gotta get out of here, and that's to get through like some shitty Russian territory, you know. A little bit more modern type shit. That one was good.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching. I just finished today.
Wow.
It's not bad. Oh, yep. That's the late sesh. Talk about bullshit.
Tara just got done bucking 3 big jars of pink death.
Oh yeah.
I got 3 jars of government oils. I still got a bunch more.
That's the most I've gotten so far out of that was off with just one plant too. So she's
I
getting
really want to watch this. What is that you're trimming?
That was Pink Death Bubba.
Pink Death Bubba.
You think that's gonna wash good, Tara?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Frosty, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it would.
I think it might.
Like sandy?
Yeah.
Or more greasy?
I think it was more sandy actually myself.
Yeah, it's probably not bad.
I don't know. It might be on the dry side. I don't know.
What happened in 1997 that all these sci-fi movies came out? Like The Fifth Element came out in 1997.
Dude, they said people want this. It's just like zombies in like the 2000,
War movies.
2010. Like
Yeah.
Contact
zombies
came out in
was
1997.
apocalypse and everything.
Comedies and,
Because
like,
one thing comes out that's popular, then everybody just they can't do it.
Yeah, that
another-
too. Nobody's original. Like Disney's terrible at it.
Jump on it.
Like-
Oh yeah, it's definitely a cycle.
Was probably the first. When did Independence Day come out? 95, 94.
That's an
Ooh.
excellent movie.
Yeah.
Forgot about that one.
Was a good one.
That's a good mix of aliens and humans.
Welcome to Earth.
96, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
that one was-
1996.
96. So I think that was
So maybe that triggered it all.
that triggered it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Today,
Graduated.
Right. or Independent.
96.
Lost in
What
Space is
movie?
1998.
Narc Tubi. What's a Narc Tubi?
Matrix was 99.
Narc Tubi. I don't know what that is. Yeah, we went through a
Stargate was
kind of
94.
a sci-fi phase in the 90s, I guess.
Yeah.
Everybody's dreaming, but well, NASA was huge.
Dude,
That was
oh,
the thing.
no.
Nobody was bickering about politics back then because everyone was like, America.
What?
And we were like launching.
Hold on.
What?
Did you not forgot what happened in the White House at just that very moment? Maybe that's why we were talking about
90s
space.
They
I
just
just
stopped before
remember.
his
I just
time.
remember there wasn't like this crazy divide.
Not as
but
bad as it is now.
There's more together patriotism than there is now. Now there's zero. Who cares about our side? Let's see if we can launch this thing into space, or let's see if America can do this.
Yeah, dude. Back when
Now, like I feel like in the 90s there's still some of that left. Maybe it was the 80s I was thinking about and seeing videos of that, but I don't know. I think we're more divided than then. I think that's fair to say. But
Seems like it.
I was also young.
yeah, back then they were using like presidents getting off with their coworkers as distractions.
Yeah. Oh, distractions have been there. Sleeves the whole time. But that's the late sesh. before we get into it. Y'all have a good night.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everybody.
Go drink
Cheers,
some
bye.
chocolate milk.
So